Here is the Harry Potter movie franchise ranked. I have reviewed all 11 movies, and now here's my ranking of the Harry Potter franchise from worst to best. So, starting it off at number 11, not so easily the worst movie. It's kind of tied with what 10th place is going to be, but so far the worst movie in this franchise is Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. It's visually cool. That's about it I can say about it. Other than that, it undercuts the end of the first movie, having Jacob actually remember the events of the first movie, first Fantastic Beasts movie. So it's like, okay, you kind of ruined that emotional ending of the original Fantastic Beasts movies. Johnny Depp's performance, uninspired, not really interesting. There's not enough Fantastic Beasts in the movie. And the movie is, again, just boring. So, like, at this point, I, just do not care at all. So, Crimes of Grindelwald, number 11, worst Harry Potter movie in the franchise. Number 10, coming not so high above that, is The Secrets of Dumbledore. It's more colorful than Crimes of Grindelwald, but that's about the only thing I can say about it. It's just boring, and not enough Fantastic Beasts in the movies. Why it's higher slightly than Crimes of Grindelwald is, I guess, just because it can be a decent time, and, it doesn't ruin any ending of the previous film or any of the previous films. That's about it. It's just really boring. So, moving on, number 9 is The Half-Blood Prince. The flashbacks were pretty cool for the movie. That's about it. I was interested in seeing Voldemort's backstory, but other than that, one mixed aspect, an aspect I like about it, but didn't like at the same time, was Harry and Dumbledore's adventure. That was cool, that was interesting, but it was only 15 to 20 minutes. It was creepy, but it was just too short. If they had a big chunk of that probably would have been a legit positive. Probably wouldn't help the movie out that much, but it would have been another positive for it. Other than that, this movie is just slow and a setup movie, so it's just really boring. Same setup movie as Crimes of Grindelwald, also. So just Half-Blood Prince, I'll probably never really watch again. And also the previous movies won't really watch again either. Number 8. Now we're actually into the decent-ish movies. And number 8 is Deathly Hallows Part 1. I like the locket aspect of whoever wears it makes them mean. That's kind of cool. The Tale of the Deathly Hallows is really good, and the animations broke up the movie. It's actually different. That's one of my favorite moments of the franchise. And I actually kind of do like it that the story of this Deathly Hallows is split up into 2 movies, where this one is very slow, but it can make Deathly Hallows Part 2 even better. On the other hand, this movie is just really slow, and all the payoff is in Deathly Hallows Part 2, so it's just really slow, and another movie that's just boring. So I mean, not a lot negative, but it's just so slow and boring. Moving on, number 7 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This one is, again, decent. It's fun and colorful. There are the Fantastic Beasts in the movies. Titular Fantastic Beasts in the movies are actually cool. The horny rhino chase was pretty cool, chasing Jacob onto the ice. That was pretty cool. And Newt escaping the bad guy lair. I liked that. That was a pretty cool chase. On the other hand, it kind of feels like 2 different movies, where it's capturing Fantastic Beasts and then Grindelwald at the end of the movie. And they didn't really intersect until they don't really intersect, because it's just Fantastic Beasts and then Grindelwald. They don't really connect in any way, shape, or form. Other than that, I think it's actually a pretty decent film. Number 6 is the original Sorcerer's Stone. The first movie of this franchise. This has some really good things about it, some not so great things about it. So it's split in the middle. Sets are spectacular. I love Alan Rickman as Snape. He's creepy and cold-hearted. The last 20 minutes with the plant, the chessboard, and the fight with Quirrell is good. And it's a hint of darkness, how dark the series will get. On the other hand, mystery's not that good. Starts halfway through the movie. It surprised me that Quirrell was the villain, but it's just because it was so hit on the head that it was Snape. Hermione is annoying, and Harry Potter casts no spells in the movie, which just a small negative, but whatever. So, split down the middle, kind of. Number 5 is Chamber of Secrets. Still kind of flip-flops with Sorcerer's Stone, but for now I'll say I like it better, because it's darker and more action-y than the original. It's cool that we get the lore of Hogwarts. The mystery was actually good with what's in the sewer and who is opening the Chamber of Secrets. And the bludgeon chase at the Quidditch match is awesome. On the other hand, it kind of goes through the beats of the first movie, so it kind of feels repetitive, and the villain twist, not as good as the original, because we didn't see him throughout the movie. It was like Tom Riddle, a young version of Lord Voldemort. Other than those, again, I think this movie is still pretty decent, so I can have a decent amount of time with it. Number 4 is Order of the Phoenix. The set for the Ministry is cool. It's cool that Harry's a teacher, and the last 20 minutes was really cool with the battle. It was really engaging. On the other hand, it breaks continuity of when you see Thestrals when a guy dies, like Harry Potter saw his mother die, but I guess that doesn't count. Wormtail killed Cedric, not Voldemort. Voldemort was still a baby. It feels like 2 different movies, building an army, getting a thing. But other than that, I think the movie is still pretty good. Number 3 is Prisoner of Azkaban. The camera work's good. The mystery of Sirius Black is good or not. I liked that. Time travel was interesting. On the other hand, it was annoying that Sirius wasn't in the movie more, and the time travel element makes it kind of redundant. So, but other than that, I think the movie is still pretty good. Prisoner of Azkaban, actually pretty good. Number 2 is Deathly Hallows Part 2. This is a great conclusion to the movie. The action is tense. It's so engaging. Snape's backstory is really interesting. And the final fight between Harry Potter and Voldemort, good and evil, is epic and such a great conclusion to the series. There are only 2 negatives in the movie. This is one of my favorite films of all time, in my top 20. The only 2 is the first 20 minutes drag. I wish it was in part 1. Deathly Hallows Part 1. And I don't love the Harry-Ginny relationship. I think Harry and Hermione would have been better, or even Harry and Luna Lovegood to an extent, I think would have been pretty good. But those are very 2 small negatives, very small 2 negatives. In the end, I do think the movie is actually really good. But my not-so-easily number 1 favorite movie is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. First off, I wish there were more wizard games, but that's just me. What we get is good enough, and the Myrtle is creepy. Moaning Myrtle scene is creepy when she looks at Harry Potter naked. Creepy. Other than that, I think the humor is awesome. I love the pumpkin juice line, and Mad-Eye Moody is funny, and he turns Malfoy into a ferret. The drama between between Ron, Harry, and Hermione is really good. The wizard games are awesome. I love the dragon chase and the underwater sequence, and the maze game is awesome. And the encounter with Voldemort is very creepy and tense, dark, and one of my favorite moments of the franchise. So, combine that all into one movie, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire comes out to be not so easily, pretty close with Deathly Hallows Part 2, my number 1 favorite Harry Potter movie. Thanks for watching.